Cuisine in Belgium was very interesting. So, the food in Belgium that we ate was, I wouldn't say so different from food I ate in America, but it was different in the way it was served and when they ate and how they ate it, I guess you could say. So, one of the things that they ate in Belgium a lot was bread. Lots of bread for breakfast, bread with lunch, bread for dinner. Um, a very popular thing to eat there. Lots of fruit, lots of sandwiches. Speaking of sandwiches, one of my favorite places in Belgium was a place called Panos and a place called Deli France. And they serve what's called smosjeskaas or smosjes met kaas. And it was really good. It's basically a sandwich on like French bread, but it's really just mayonnaise and lettuce. And you get kaas, it's cheese, maybe carrots, and it wasn't spectacular. But I think my favorite part was the bread and cheese. It was very different. And speaking of the cheese, they use a lot of Gouda cheese there. And Gouda is a cheese that I'm not necessarily familiar with. So here in America, I don't really use Gouda for anything. So it was different for me to try it, and I really grew to like it a lot. Um, Also with the food there in Belgium, lots of soup, lots of salad served with their meals. And at my internship on every Sunday, the kids would have soup for dinner with bread and other sandwiches. So that was very different for me to experience. Um, Interesting about the cuisine in Belgium is that when we would go out initially, we went to our first place we went to eat was a pizza parlor near the downtown area. Well, it kind of was near, I guess they would call it downtown. And everyone eating with their fork and their knives. It was pizza, and we were all like, "Oh no, we should probably use our fork and our knives too." So we did just to see, I guess, give it a try and see how it goes. But it was a lot of fun. Lots of forks falling on the floor, but it was a fun experience, and it was interesting to see how important it is for them to eat with their fork and their knives. Even at my internship, the kids are from 6 years old to 12, and they eat with their fork and their knives, whether it's fish sticks or whether it's spaghetti. Is very common. So cuisine in Belgium, forks and knives are definitely a must. Some things that I thought was very interesting was the price of some of the food we went out to eat was kind of, in my personal opinion, was kind of expensive, considering they were on euro. So it was conversions from my U.S. dollar, which was worth a lot less than the euro. Maybe not a lot, but a considerable amount. So that was, to me, made the food kind of expensive to pay for. Ordering water at places was very different because the water wasn't free. It was like you paying for a drink basically, and the refills on the drinks was not free, which I think I understand why, considering how they want to be a healthy society. But that was very different because we had to walk very far to get places. So in some cases, the night we went to our very first pizza parlor, we had to walk from our apartment to get there, which was kind of a long walk. So we're thirsty, we need a drink. Whew, we drank our drink and we got our food. We needed a refill, and we had to pay for a price for another drink. So we learned very quickly how it works in Belgium. Um, so those are a few things. My favorite recipes in Belgium, like I said, would definitely be the sandwich with the cheese on the bread, and definitely what's called speculoos pasta. It's also known as a lotus cookie, which is very popular on the flights. It's a cookie that originated from Belgium, and it's amazing. Walmart has them. The lotus cookies, and they also have the spread. Check it out and enjoy the pictures to come. Okay, so this is one of the very first crepes I've ever eaten. And my first one, of course, was in Belgium. When we got to the restaurant, it was for breakfast, and I asked him if they had pancakes, and I explained what I was trying to say, and he told me that my best bet was going to be to try this crepe, and it was really good. So I really enjoyed it, and it was something very different. This next photo is a photo of coffee and cappuccino. Those are very popular dishes at restaurants. After we ate, people will offer us coffee and cappuccino. We had just ate a meal, which is very different, but it was actually very nice. So I really enjoyed it. This next picture, couple pictures are pictures of food that I learned to be accustomed to eating: potatoes, chicken, vegetables, and pasta with cheese. Something I ate a lot in my internship. And even at home, we would cook. The grocery store had it for really cheap, so that's something I definitely got hip to very fast. So it was nice to have as well. This picture is a photo of bread and a bread machine. So the way it works is you have to get your loaf out, you put it in the machine, you cut it, it goes through and it slices up for you really nice, and you put it in the bag and take it home with you. It's very nice and very popular. My first experience with this machine was not so pleasant. I was very confused, and everybody could tell I was not from around, but I caught on very quickly, and it was really nice. So, and these are just more pictures of bread, and it shows you all the varieties, and all this bread inside the cup is actually fresh bread. This Coca-Cola can actually cost me €3.50. I don't know why it was so expensive. It was slightly larger than most of the cans sold in Belgium, but that's a very expensive Coca-Cola. So needless to say, I got one, and that was it. And this last photo was a photo of us at our very last dinner with the other international students. And we really enjoyed ourselves and had some good pizza and good conversation. And we just really wanted to spend those last few moments together eating our cuisine.